Hello and welcome to Sussex Coast. Today we're starting an altered book based on the TV series Peaky Blinders, and more specifically, it's an ode to a strong woman, Polly Gray. She's the matriarch of the gang, and she's both vulnerable and strong at the same time. I absolutely love her. And this video specifically is about how to get started when you don't know how to get started. So I had done lots of homework. I had mood board, and I had even a little book. I had so many things, and then I didn't know how to get started with the actual altered book. So the best thing to do is just start moving your hands with your materials, with something. So here I am distressing the what was supposed to be the title page, or part of the title page of the book, but I hadn't realized I have spelled Polly's name wrong. So Gray is with an A, not an E. So I won't be able to use this in the end, but I'm leaving it in the video because this is how I got started. So once you start doing something, even if you don't like it in the end, it will get, so ideas start flowing when you get started. So here I'm playing with the picture I printed out of her and her car in the later series. So in the book, I was kind of thinking I would go chronologically-ish. So I will start with the 1919 Birmingham, where they are all still very much working class and living in those awful conditions other working class people were living. So the main colour of 1919 Birmingham, an industrial town in the north of England, is grey. So grey and bricks and soot. Okay, so I decided I would mix my homemade texture paste with some black acrylic paint to get the sort of soot grey substance, and then I could make a background like bricks or something. So it takes me some time to get the mixture right. I'm going to use this stencil because I love the way it is sort of irregular, and it looks like both bricks and the cobbled streets. So I think it goes beautifully with what I'm trying to achieve. So the street view I keep showing you, that's in my vision, that is going to be the first spread. So I'm just applying my texture paste with a palette knife and the stencil. You want to make sure that the texture paste is applied quite thinly and evenly. And here I'm realizing that actually maybe I should have painted the background first. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going in with black and correcting the mistake so that I can then apply the texture paste on top. That is the more logical way to do it. I am using a brayer to spread the paint. That's because I didn't have a brush conveniently to hand. But you can use a brush or a credit card or anything you want to just spread paint. I quite like the sort of rough strokes and uneven surfaces this is creating. So I'm happy with that. I'm only doing the right sides, the edge of the right sides, because the texture paste is still wet. And then I'm going in with my hairdryer, because I haven't got a heat tool, going in with a hairdryer to dry it. This is an excellent item in your craft room. So it's just a baking tray with water and a wet cloth, and that's where you can dump your stencils if you're using things like texture paste or acrylic paint. So basically, if you don't want to ruin your stencils, but you also don't want to keep running to the sink, then that is excellent for keeping your items damp and not caked with your materials. And now it's time to add texture paste to the left side as well, so it can then become either the facade of the houses or the cobbled street, whatever I decide. Finishing this side as well, because the stencil wasn't wide enough to do the whole page earlier. And the application is all quite messy and loose. I'm trying to smooth it a little bit so it's not too thick and actually dries. But generally with this project, the messier the better. Here we go. So now I have got the base for my first spread. I have dried it with my hairdryer, and my stencil is currently, soaking in my baking tray that I don't use for food. But I thought, I kind of want the sort of title page as well, even though I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. But I decided that I want the same color, and I have a lot of the mixture left over. You can't possibly waste things. So here I'm smarter. I'm starting with the base color first, and then I'm going to apply the texture paste like I did with the previous spread. But here I'm going to use the same stencil because of the sort of industrial bricks, etc. But I'm also going to use some wood grain ones, because with Polly, she's kind of torn between her roots, having grown up as a river gypsy, as she says, and she feels at home when she's barefoot in the mud, basically. So she yearns for nature whilst living in this awful cobbled, smoke-stained industrial town. So here she is, a woman of substance and style. So I'm going to combine it with, these look like tire tracks and a little bit like bricks at the same time. So that will be the first layer of texture paste. And again, these two images on the right, they're just for inspiration. I don't know how I'm going to use them yet, but they are part of my mood board, and they help me decide what colors to choose and sort of imagery. It just helps me. And messing with texture paste is just so much fun. It's, I love making altered books because you can just play like a child and there are no rules. You know, you can do whatever you want. So I really hope that if you're still here, that you are inspired to find a book of your own. If you don't know how to start an altered book, I will link a video in the description box where I talk about the kind of books that you need to make an altered book. You cannot use the ones that are glued in. You want one with sewn in signatures. And some people pull the pages out before they start, you know, the books, but others pull pages out as they go. So it's absolutely up to you. And here I just want the fragments. I don't want anything to be particularly tidy. And now I am coming in with the wood grain. I have dried the previous layer with my heat gun first. Okay, so here we have, I apologize for the shaking of the camera. So here we have the second layer. I decided that I wanted the wood grain to be a different color, so I mixed a bit of brown in. And the perfectionist is not particularly happy with the overlaps. I tried to make it look random, but it didn't. There, look. But it's fine, because once I actually decide what the page is going to look like, nobody will notice. Look, wait, mine. In the next video, we will create a street scene to set the mood for the entire book. So I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. And please subscribe if you haven't yet. I hope to see you soon. Bye.